Welcome to Your EPK. My name is Nina Brissy. On the Your EPK Backend team, we have Michael Abbott and Elliot Albright. And on the front end, Rachel Jensen, Maria Del Signore, and myself. As an indie filmmaker, I have been asked for a press kit for my films more times than I can count. There are so many tools available for independent creation, but when it comes to building a professional press kit for promotional purposes and you don't have a marketing team, you might find yourself at a loss. Your EPK is designed to solve that problem. This application guides the filmmaker through the process of building a professional electronic press kit that can be shared easily by sending a link to the requester. That link has everything that a press or media outlet will need to do a write-up of your film. What you're seeing right now is an example of the final electronic press kit. This EPK includes items such as a synopsis, movie poster, film stills, film crew, taglines, log lines, and film details.
The user interface at the heart of your EPK is designed to be a mock-up, so a filmmaker can visualize the final press kit as they're editing and inputting their film's information. So, as a registered user, once I've logged in, I see on my dashboard my existing EPKs, and I can also make a new EPK by putting a title in. Then, when I click on my new EPK, it takes me to a fresh layout page, where I am guided through all the pieces of an EPK that I will want to include for my professional presentation. Here, we'll switch views for the demo to look at an EPK that's already largely filled out. You can see that as a user, I can return and continue making edits as often as needed to get it just right. Speaking also as a front-end engineer, I'd like to note that we knew as soon as we started designing this application that we would want to use React with TypeScript for the build because this app requires a lot of reusable components, and with a large code base, we knew TypeScript would help us prevent bugs and provide us with better error messaging.
I'm going to be introducing our backend tech stack and going over a couple of reasons why we decided on the tech that we used. We decided on Rails for the development of our database and creating our API endpoints. One of the reasons was the use of sessions and cookies within the framework. Aside from making the transfer of cookies simple, Rails also simplifies finding our users' data through the session params, making API calls to the backend easier without having to require a user's ID in each endpoint call. Speaking of data, the backend team created an API contract with the front end early on with the goal of ensuring the data they needed would come back correctly and accurately. Although we regularly updated the contract through the use of agile development, having the contract early on allowed the front end to move forward, knowing what they would receive from the backend, even if the backend hadn't necessarily created those endpoints yet. Some other techs that we used were Travis CI for continuous integration, multiple gems for testing, and AWS S3 for cloud hosting and storage.
To store user-uploaded images, we chose cloud storage with AWS S3 because it provides scalability, availability, security, and performance. We chose to implement a client-side upload workflow that is more efficient for the application. During development, we experienced that the added complexity of the client-side upload, magnified by working with a technology completely new to the entire team, made for a more complex development process. We were able to overcome the challenges by developing in group and paired coding sessions with both front-end and back-end members present, discussing logic and exploring errors and solutions in real time.
Some of our future extensions include making the award and press cards, as well as the film team cards, customizable in the edit view. Currently, the user capability is to add and delete those cards. We would also like to give our indie producers flexibility to implement color and font choices using a theme context. This is something we have in the works already. Overall, improving the user experience is a priority, and the addition of an image drag and drop would be a great upload alternative. And to make our product viable for press use, we feel it would be beneficial to add resolution choices for the image downloads. And most importantly, as a group of creators with backgrounds ranging in writing, music, and design, we see the potential to extend this application to a larger audience. For example, in place of the film trailer could be a book preview or song samples. This has been part of our team vision from day one and feel strongly about the possibilities this brings to our fellow indie makers.
Written by people, used by machines, computers follow steps and do something. Where's code? Code puts the cars on the road. Code runs your game console. Hi. Code in the medical devices, helping people young and old. Stay alive. Code.